All right, Austin, welcome back. Remind our listeners who you are and where they can find you online.
I'm Austin Zamhari. I'm the executive director of Texas Cannabis Collective. We're a nonprofit all volunteer based nonprofit here in Texas. We've been doing a lot of reform and advocacy work, but more specifically towards the legislative session we've been engaged in now for, the last 8 months. You can find us at txcanico.com. But really stay up to date with what we're doing. You can find us on Instagram at TX Cannabis Collective. You can find us on Twitter where we're blossoming a really new audience on Twitter, Twitter X at TX Canico. So follow us along and you'll kind of stay up to date with the ins and outs of what's happening in Texas cannabis.
Yeah, and thank you for joining again. Tell us what is the latest on this Friday. It is August 29th, 2025. What's going on in Texas?
Well, I mean, we are now currently in our second legislative session, technically supposed to go or is allowed to go as long as September 13th. Um, and, in the regular session, in the last legislative session, and even in this one, the Senate has rapidly passed a total hemp ban bill, total THC ban bill. Um, and now currently it's sitting. It was referred weeks ago to the Public Health Committee, and has been sitting in Public Health for a while. And literally all of the legislation, there's all this legislation that's been moving nonstop during the special session, except for the hemp stuff. So really, the update is there's not a whole lot of an update other than it was really good to see our allies and partners at the Texas Hemp Business Council getting a face to face with Governor Abbott, and so that was kind of a monumental picture. I think that a lot of people were like, "Oh, okay, the governor really is looking at both sides of this issue." And so, we're pretty confident that even if a ban bill was going to go through the legislature again, that the governor would once again exercise his veto power because did not fall in line with his proclamation. So I think that rumor, not even rumor, Dan Patrick himself says they want to be out of there by next Wednesday. They've already said goodbye to a senator, a longtime serving senator, Birdwell. So his final day on the Senate floor was a couple of days ago. So it looks like they are very, very close to ending the legislative session as early as next Wednesday. Um, the House and the Senate have both recessed for 4 days for the entire Labor Day weekend. I think everybody's ready to wrap some stuff up. They got their big redistricting win and a few other small wins in there. So I think that they're just going to finish up on the flood stuff, shut her down, and we'll see if the governor calls a third special session. Could something on the hemp side pop up in those 2 days? Or could it extend a little bit longer? Absolutely. Nothing's off the table yet. Nobody's, spiking footballs or anything like that right now. But it does look very promising that the hemp ban in Texas, for all intents and purposes, is dead.
Yeah, and like you said, I actually had that prepared to pull up that photo of Governor Abbott with some hemp businesses that some people may recognize. I think this gentleman right here that I've got my mouse on is actually the person behind the company where your
Lucas
Lieutenant
Gilkey.
Governor Dan Patrick threw the snacks of, right?
Yeah, that's Lucas Gilkey. He's the CEO of Hometown Hero. Also pictured, you'll see Cynthia Cabrera. She's legal counsel for Hometown Hero as well. Mark Bordas on the far right. That's one of my homies. That guy is just, I mean, that dude is killing it in the Capitol in the hallways. A lot of admiration for this team. A lot of communication on between our two organizations. A lot of collaboration. Um,
But we're back. And but like I say, just before we go, I thought this was really notable to see this photo. You were before we lost you. You were talking about these figures and sort of the work that they've put in. And I just think it's really notable to see, and we've had some of these people on our show that are opposed to hemp, including Luke from SAM, including Aubrey Adams from a different prohibitionist organization. They all have been sort of sharing this photo and saying, look, the grieving families have been trying to meet with the governor, but the governor instead chooses to meet with drug dealers. Um, I thought this was just a notable photo to see, given what I've heard from that other side of the aisle, and you can even see what they're saying here on the side of the screens. So, um, definitely thought this photo was notable.
It's going to go. It's a historic photo for, you know. It's really all I can say about it. Um, there had been other hemp groups that had silently met with Governor Abbott behind the scenes as well. So already kind of had a general idea that the governor was friendly toward uh, the hemp space, and this photo kind of solidified that all the more, which is why I'm, not surprised to see that the hemp ban not move at all. We can just assume that the governor may have had something to do with that, because we already know he was going to veto a another hemp ban. So why even go through the legislative legwork to, you know, get everybody all hyped up and mad and all of that? Again, this is a nuclear issue. Nobody wants to touch it in house. That's for sure. Um, and so I think the best thing that we can do is either we're going to have another special session and address it. That is 50-50. We don't know. Or we're going to come back to this in 2027. And in the meantime, Governor Abbott will likely direct DSHS to ramp up its regulatory infrastructure to, in the interim right now, handle um, this $1 billion hemp market. So that's kind of where we're at.
Gotcha, gotcha. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing our next steps. Let's keep in touch, and it'll be interesting to see if another legislative session wraps without action on hemp. And like you say, if that means if a third special session is called, or if they just kind of let it ride for a little bit. We'll keep in touch, whatever the case may be, though. So, Austin, I want to thank you for stopping by today. And any parting words, or you just want to say peace out?
No, man. One love. Peace out.
All right. Thank you.